It was a warm autumn afternoon. Rosie and Philip were busy at Knapford Yards, shunting trucks for the other engines to take to the far side of the island and beyond. Philip watched in amazement as Rosie calmly arranged her trucks with no trouble whatsoever.
How did you do it, Rosie? I couldn't make the trucks behave so well when I'm shunting them. You must have magic buffers.
I don't have magic buffers, Philip. Many years ago, I worked at Southampton Docks, where I learned a few things on how to manage trucks.
The only way to deal with trucks is to be firm with them and show them who's boss. Like this.
Destroying the trucks rather than arranging them. That's not very revolutionary of you, Diesel.
But he is full of surprises.
Shut up!
That evening, the Fat Controller came to see Rosie.
Rosie, you have managed the yard splendidly, and thanks to you, things are running like clockwork.
Thank you, sir. It's my pleasure.
I feel your hard work and dedication is deserving of a promotion of sorts. How would you like to work on Thomas's branch line, assisting with the shunting and goods runs?
Oh, yes, sir. I would be honored, sir. When do I leave?
First thing tomorrow morning, you'll leave for Owlsbridge. Once there, Percy will show you what to do.
And so the next morning, when her crew arrived, Rosie set off for Thomas's branch line. When she reached Owlsbridge, Percy was waiting for her.
Good morning, Percy.
Oh, good morning, Rosie. I'm glad you've come to help. With so many businesses and factories opening across the valley, there have been more trucks than I can handle, and your help is greatly appreciated.
It's my pleasure, Percy. Now, let's get started.
Throughout the morning, Percy and Rosie shunted trucks in Owlsbridge Yard and Rosie would sometimes deliver goods to the harbour. She was enjoying her new job.
I think I'm going to like it here.
That night, Thomas was talking about his race with Bertie, which he had won many years ago. Percy and Toby rolled their eyes. They had heard the story 1,000 times. But Rosie hadn't. She listened intently to Thomas's story.
To start with, Bertie was out in front because I couldn't pick up speed right away. But once I did, I was way out in front. Bertie says I only won the race because he had to go over the hill, whilst I had the advantage of using a tunnel which ran through it. But I don't think that's true.
You all have had some amazing adventures. I wish I had an interesting story I could tell.
You might want to be careful what you wish for there, Rosie. I know this sounds cliched, but what you get may not be what you hope for.
Rosie knew Toby was right and quietly went to sleep. The next morning, a train of fuel tankers were waiting in Owlsbridge Yard to be added to Henry's slow goods, which was due to arrive at 10 a.m. But today, the big green engine was held up by track work on the far side of the main line.
These tankers need to be delivered to Knapford Harbour by 11:30. There's no other engine available.
I could take them, sir. I have a clear schedule till at least midday.
Very well, Rosie. Get ready. The train is due to depart in 10 minutes.
So Rosie buffered up to the fuel tankers, and when the guard blew his whistle, she dutifully set off.
Come on, let's go!
Rosie's journey had been uneventful, but this wasn't to last when she reached Henry's tunnel.
What was that?
The driver, fireman and guard stepped down to investigate.
Bother! That's all we need. Now fuel is leaking all over the rails.
Do any of you smell smoke?
Oh no! The tanker is catching fire!
Please, guard! Go to the entrance of the tunnel, to one of the other engines. We must get to the nearest signal box to call the fire brigade.
And so Rosie's guard ran to the entrance of the tunnel while she ran to the next signal box.
It's fuel, and it's very dangerous! Please get there as soon as you can!
By the time Rosie returned to the tunnel, it was engulfed in flames! The fire brigade worked their hardest to put out the blaze. It wasn't long until the fire was put out. Amazingly, despite being as old as the tunnel, the only damage it really had sustained was warped rails, but the tankers and brake van were completely destroyed. The Fat Controller soon arrived on board Henrietta.
A job well done, Rosie. I've heard all about it, and thanks to your quick thinking, you have prevented the fire from spreading across the valley. You are indeed a very useful engine.
Oh, thank you so much, sir.
Well, Rosie, you'll certainly have a tale to tell the others now.
Indeed I do. But you were right, Toby. What happened was very unexpected.
That night in the shed, Percy, Toby and Thomas listened in awe as Rosie told her story.
All was going quite well until I entered the tunnel, and the tanker derailed. And if it wasn't for my quick thinking, who knows what would have happened. I tell you, it was all rather extraordinary.
Ah well, the extraordinary is the ordinary here. Welcome to the branch line, Rosie.